In the heart of Nebraska, where silence stretches across cornfields, one man's sleepless nights become a journey of healing, memory, and rediscovery. A Midwestern tale of silence, memory, and rediscovery. 1. The stillness of Nebraska. The town of Waverly, Nebraska, was the kind of place where time moved like molasses. The streets were quiet after 8 p.m. The diner closed at 7. And the only sound at night was the distant hum of freight trains slicing through the prairie. In a small farmhouse on the edge of town, 52-year-old Tom Whitaker sat in his recliner, staring at the static on his old television. He hadn't slept properly in months. His wife, Ellen, had passed away the previous winter. Cancer. Quick and cruel. Since then, sleep had become a stranger. Nights stretched endlessly. Days blurred. He tried whiskey, sleeping pills, late-night radio. Nothing worked. Tom was a retired high school coach. He had taught generations of kids how to run, how to breathe, how to push through pain. But now, he couldn't even rest. His daughter, Claire, called every Sunday from Chicago. She worried. He lied. "I'm fine," he'd say. "Just tired from working on the barn." But the barn was untouched. The fields were overgrown. And Tom was unraveling. 2. The letter. One morning, Tom found a letter in the mailbox. No return address. Just his name, written in neat cursive. Inside was a single sentence. "Sleep is not something you earn. It's something you allow." There was no signature. No explanation. Tom stared at the words for a long time. He placed the letter on the kitchen table and made coffee. Black. No sugar. Just like Ellen used to drink it. He didn't know who sent the letter. But it felt like a whisper from the past. 3. The first step. That night, Tom did something different. He turned off the TV at 8 p.m. He walked outside and sat on the porch. The sky was a canvas of stars. The cornfields rustled in the wind. He closed his eyes and listened. He remembered Ellen humming while she folded laundry. He remembered Claire's laugh when she was 5. He remembered the smell of fresh-cut grass after football practice. He didn't try to sleep. He just let the night hold him. At 10 p.m., he went to bed. No pills. No whiskey. Just silence. He didn't sleep well. But he slept. 4. The routine. Tom began to build a rhythm. He woke at 6:30 a.m., no matter how tired he felt. He opened the windows. He let the light in. He walked the perimeter of his land, boots crunching on gravel, breathing in the morning air. He stopped caffeine after noon. He ate dinner by 7. He dimmed the lights after sunset. He created a wind-down ritual. 8:30 p.m., phone off. 8:45 p.m., warm shower. 9 p.m., read from Ellen's old gardening journal. 9:30 p.m., lights out. The first week was hard. His body resisted. His grief lingered. But something shifted. He began to dream again. Part 5. The Stranger. One afternoon, Tom saw a young man walking along the road. Backpack. Dusty boots. Sunburned face. Tom offered him water. "Name's Jesse," the man said. hiking across the country, trying to figure things out. Tom invited him to stay the night. They talked over dinner, about loss, about silence, about how hard it is to sleep when your heart is heavy. Jesse said, "I read somewhere that sleep is like forgiveness. You can't force it. You just have to be ready." Tom nodded. "I'm trying." Jesse left the next morning, but his words stayed. 6. The barn. Tom began working on the barn. He cleared out old tools, repaired the roof, painted the doors red, Ellen's favorite color. He turned the loft into a quiet space. No screens, just books, blankets, and a rocking chair. He called it the quiet room. Every evening, he sat there and wrote in a journal. "Today I remembered how Ellen used to sing to the tomatoes. Today I forgave myself for not saying goodbye properly. Today I slept for 6 hours. It felt like flying." 7. The visit. Claire arrived in July. She was surprised by the changes, the trimmed fields, the painted barn, the softness in her father's eyes. "You look rested," she said. Tom smiled. "I'm learning to let go." They spent the weekend cooking, walking, laughing. Claire slept in her childhood room. Tom slept through the night. On Sunday, she hugged him tightly. "I missed this version of you," she whispered. "I missed him too," Tom replied. 8. The dream. Tom dreamed of a river. He was floating, weightless, surrounded by fireflies. Ellen stood on the shore, smiling. Claire waved from a canoe. Jesse played a harmonica. He felt no fear, no urgency, just peace. He woke up and wrote, "Sleep is the river that carries us back to ourselves." 9. The podcast. Tom started a podcast called Where the Cornfields Sleep. He shared stories about grief, healing, and the science of sleep. He interviewed farmers, teachers, truckers, people who had lost sleep and found it again. It wasn't fancy, but it was honest. Listeners wrote in, "Your voice helps me fall asleep. I stopped taking pills. I started walking. I forgave my father. I slept for the first time in years." Tom didn't become famous. He became useful. 10. The final letter. One morning, Tom found another letter. Same handwriting. Same envelope. "You remembered. That's all sleep ever needed." He smiled. He didn't need to know who sent it. He just needed to keep going. 11. The quiet hour. Tom kept the ritual. He woke with the sun. He walked the land. He wrote poetry. He slept with trust. He didn't chase sleep anymore. He welcomed it. If sleep is the river that carries us back to ourselves, then maybe peace begins with letting go. Subscribe for more stories that awaken the soul, even in the quietest hours.